Hey everybody, welcome. We are going to jump into a premiere draft of Kaladesh Remastered before it heads out. We actually have to pay now. We're out of draft tokens. I used up the 3 from the accounts that I play on air with you all over the course of the week here, and on the 4th one here, we're actually just going to dig into our pockets and pay. I generally don't like spending resources on sets that don't build a collection I value. And I'm not really an historic player, so Kaladesh cards aren't that big a deal to my collection or anything. So there's that. But drafting is fun, and I'm willing to give up on collection building value here and there when the format is what we want to do. And I've had enough fun with Kaladesh that I do want to do it. So we are going to do it. I was telling my my viewers before hopping onto the YouTube side of things here that I got to go visit my sponsor, Card Kingdom, yesterday. Although technically I went to Mox Boarding House. Card Kingdom is the second floor. And Mox Boarding House, we had a little gathering for thanking the participants in the Young Women Empowered Gamers Engaged charity event. Thanks to all of you who donated. I was the top individual donor. I wasn't the top individual donor. Top individual fundraiser from the participants. Thanks to all of your incredible support. And I was telling Lila last night how easy it is for me to sing the praises of their company when not only is the business side of what they do so competent, excellent, and well-priced and value-laden, but that they do such great charity outreach and efforts that I get to just know that they're awesome on the business side and they're awesome on the community side. I love them. Thank you so much, Card Kingdom. Appreciate your support, and was happy to give back to a wonderful charity. Appreciate their work on that front. All right, let's get in here. We're going to spend gems. Try to push out. We got 214,000 gold, and I'm looking to keep pushing that number up. Let's see how much gold we can store on this account. This is 00. Hey, Andy. Doing good. How are you? Woo, we got a bomb. Aetherstorm Rock is a bomb. This is a bomby pack. My goodness, this is not a bomb, but we've got... we're definitely taking the rock. You can smell what it's cooking. Flying 3/3 for 4. You're already kind of happy with that, although we're seeing these days that that's just kind of common. But when you get when it or another creature enters the battlefield, you get energy. And when it attacks, you can pay double energy to put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap up to 1 target creature defending player controls. It just grows and knocks out flyers that might get in the way and block it. So we're going to definitely take that. And then we're going to note that we're probably not going to be like, I want to avoid black. I mean, if the black flows, we'll take it. But that's maybe the deck name. I like that, Prof. For those about to rock, if we end up, we might not marry this, but look at all the black. Essence Extraction, Demolish, Subtle Strike. Motorist is interesting, but basically, I'm just noting that the next 3 best cards in the pack, in my opinion, or maybe 3 of the next 4 best cards there were black cards. So if possible, I will avoid black and let the rest of the table fight out of those. But yeah, Hat calls it easy mode. This is excellent removal. Look at that. I mean, yeah, sometimes there's some pesky like 2-power creature you wish you could kill, but my goodness, most of what you want to get is 3+ power. And Skywiller's Shot does it at instant speed for 3 mana with a scry. Yeah, Revoke is fine or whatever, but no, Skywiller's Shot is incredible and matches our bomb. So I like Swooper 2 meta, but I think if you're not taking Shot, I think you're doing it wrong. I think that's the correct pick here. Obviously, because that's what I did. Well, now I'm put to the test because I said I was going to try to avoid black, but Gearsmith is quite good. But yeah, we can just take Untethered Express. That's correct. I sometimes you miss, like all these vehicles start to blend together, you know what I mean? Like how many uncommon vehicles are in this set? There's just like all these. So I kind of glossed over for a second, but yeah, this is pretty easy actually. This thing is brutal. If you get this on the play on turn 4, your opponent is in for it. They are in for it. Did I? I don't. Well, Let's define get hat. Is it in my inbox somewhere? Maybe. Winding Constrictor. This has been haunting me. This sweet baby keeps sliding by when I can't quite make it the thing I should take. I guess Eddy Trail is good enough. Is it like the best? You know, this is playable too. Malfunction. I'm a little underwhelmed with the assembler plan. I don't like having to run that many 5-drops. I like just taking the Hawk over the Sculptor because of color. Like if these were 2 green cards, I'd take Sculptor. They're 2 white cards, so I'll take Hawk. Yeah, Genius doesn't suck, but I like staying single color here. Yeah, we could. Yeah, it's too late now, Media. But you might not be wrong. Maybe you're just supposed to take the best card there. I just with Skyweather Shot and Rock, I really want to play white now. But you may have been right there. I'm not going to take like Herald of the Fair just because we could take Attune and potentially, because we like energy for the Rock. We could take Thief for the energy as well. I've not been... Yeah, map flexible fixing, that's true. I think I like the flexible fixing or the Thief. But I'll take the fixing. It keeps us... This is fine. Here's the one. Here's yet another. Like I said, it's just this sea of uncommon vehicles that you have to kind of sort between. This one not as good. Rhino is signaling to me. Propeller Pioneer, perfectly playable. Wow, that was a lot of P's. But Thriving Rhino enough better that we should take that, and Dragster enough weaker that we can just let that go. Rhino is a bit of a signal, and so is, to an extent, the energy Attune with Ether that we passed. Although, boy, Demolition still here is super signal. So I was saying, watch out. We might want to avoid black because of how much good black we're passing. But I mean, you're not passing a Demolition pick 7. What do we got here? I guess we could take a Salvager or a Pillar Bug if we're reading a signal that black could be open. Salvager, if we were red, I might like over the Bug, but since we're not red, because Salvager with red, you can start stealing stuff and sacking it in some cases. None of these blue cards are good enough for me to take here, so it's just Pillar Bug. It's fine, but I like this. I think this has... In my memory, this overperformed. The lifelink was relevant. The 3 toughness was relevant. The artifactness was relevant. And look, this was on my short list of cards to consider taking out of that pack. So as much as I was worried about black being overdrafted with what we passed, I'll take a pick 2 card, pick 9. If the table would like to pass me that Gearsmith, I'll take that now. Prowler, I can't get behind it. I'm just going to take the Screecher. This plays. Fortuitous Find can get us there. This is playable. This is one of the reasons I like the Bug. Like I said, the artifactness matters, that sometimes you can just, oh, that's the artifact I can get with Fortuitous Find. But if we don't play this, that means our deck got better. Like, I hope we end up not playing this, because that means our deck is pretty good. And we can take a Salvager here over Assembler or Malfunction. Serpent is very good for second to last pick. Both of these kind of suggest blue is open. Yeah, maybe I could have taken... like I said, I am not into those. They have beaten me, but I just don't dig the self-assembly plan. Wow, what do we do here? Yeah, blue is super open. I don't know what we can do about that. I think we just take the Master, but like the Responder is a tight little package here. It's a tight little package. Well, no, this is hard mode, because look at these 3 cards. Look at these 3 cards. They're all, I want all these. Rob says master easy, but I'm kind of with Mike. That's why I put this here. Like, it's master. Like, maybe we wheel the augmenter. Like, we're not taking the augmenter. It's definitely between these two. I wish I could pause the clock and vote, but I am going to go with my gut. This is an incredible card, but I'm going with my gut that Aerial Responder in this deck is where I want to be. Maybe that's a controversial pick. That was a tough one. I guarantee you that. That was a tough pick for me. Mastodon, serviceable, playable. Yet another uncommon vehicle to parse. It does draw a card, right? That's pretty reasonable. Let's just take this. It's not amazing, but for 4 mana, you know, a card is worth about 2 mana. So it's almost like you're getting quite the discount on this 5/5 Crew 3. I'm gonna cut this. Feels like we are solidly white-black, although that cloud, well, we know blue is open, so maybe I'll bring these back and now consider the Cloud Blazer. Glint Sleeve Artisan is excellent, and we'd slide that in. Revoke, I would like even more. I would say the order, if we don't put into blue, we're going Revoke Privileges. I think we take the Blazer, though. We might end up, well, I guess we're talking about how splashing has really hurt us and is tough to do. This could be worth it. We are black-white, but this is very splashable. But we've been talking about how splashing is high risk. And so Artisan, this isn't trash, come on. Well, I took the Blazer. I timed out, and now we get a second one. All right, rewarded, basically. We're going to figure out how to do these. We can get another map to be sure that we can do that. We can just take Hinterland Drake and abandon the black. I mean, our black is okay, but like this, we don't really care about this. We don't really care about this. We don't really care about this. So now, if you really reduce this to the cards we care about, black and blue is actually better. So I could see us pivoting to blue, and given that, yeah, actually, I'm going to take the Eagle here. Eagle's great, and we'll still figure out blue or black from here. Infiltrator, fully playable and fine to fill in that spot in the curve. Theorist is fine if we are blue. Implement of Malice is fine if we're black, but again, I really believe that we're closer to blue now. So let's grab that. Another Infiltrator. Servo Schematic is an interesting little build around. If you're doing the thing, it can be cool, but we're not really doing the thing. You need a way to sack that. But yeah, given that we're right now looking at playing a couple of pieces of a couple of vehicles, and the 2-drops that Crew 3 are nice. To that end, we could keep down that path here with yet another. I like it better than this one. But this is better. Sorry, I forgot we are leaning back towards blue. PFAL is totally playable. And it's better than the Crusher for this deck. Cog, you like the Cog? That's fair. It's a little clunky, I find. I like the Cog if I'm really going wide. And maybe I'll take a Servo Schematic here, even over the wheeled Mastodon. You can pick up these whenever. Excuse me, whenever. But yeah, we do have a Gear Serpent to consider. That's fair. And Servo Schematic can do that too. So like, that's a good... One of the things about the Schematic is that it creates 2 artifacts for 2 mana. And let's take first Leave in the Dust over second PFAL. But Gearseeker Serpent loves 2 artifacts for 1 card. And here we take a Construct to help the Serpent and fill out our 2s. We're probably cutting this. I'm just saying this is a way to get, like, if you don't have ways to sack the servo, I don't love this. Hinterland Drake is a fine site here. So now Siriana wants malfunctions, but we had other people saying revoke privileges is trash. I mean, I don't know. I think all aura-based removal has very obvious risky downside. It does. But what are you gonna do? Gotta play your removal. This is a craptastic pack for us. Stratagem? Do we have enough? Are we doing stratagem? Yeah, I guess we'll take Renegade. I was trying to resist this being a first pick. This does make... We'll play the Renegade map, though. A sequence I do like is Renegade map on turn 1. Crack it for your second land drop. Play Countless Gears Renegade. That's a good sequence. You have to have... Look, Media, I push back strongly. You want some interaction. If the only interaction you've ended up with is crappy aura removal, you still play some of it. I strongly disagree that you're shoving me in some boomer camp. Don't make me mute you. Interaction is good. Well, here's a puzzle knot we might reel. Look, Media, the question is always over what? Over what? I'm going to take the puzzle knot there because I'm too mad at Media to think about the pick. Taking Glimmer of Genius here. Take a Skiff or a Renegade map on the wheel if we get it. I consider timing bad removal too. And as such, would play it if I was lacking removal. Because its interaction is excellent. Splash for Whirler. I'm hoping not to, but there's not much else to take. So we can do it because of that. Ice over. More aura-based removal. At least this is only 2 mana. And on that front, yeah, suck it, Media. Sorry, that was really rude. I like you. I like you, Media, a lot. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you take that the right way. I'm just being a salty man for entertainment purposes, not because I really want you to F off. Another eagle? Turtle? Oh yeah, Goggles suggests we look at Artificer count. We do have only one, so let's skip that for now and take a turtle and take eagle. Right on. Just want to make sure we're good, buddy. Select for inspection is some interaction, and it can work for your own Cloud Blazers. This is what I want to splash. Mike wants the combat trick. Yeah, sure. So here's a Renegade map number 2 we can grab to support that possible Renegade thing. And also, I really want to play these Cloud Blazers, so I'm going to take this second map over a turtle. Yeah, we had the line on black for a while, but wow, blue too. Blue was pretty wide open. Black is still wide open. Maybe I think blue-black was actually the lane here. But I'm not unhappy with where we're at. I think really Esper was the lane, and we're at least in part of that lane, right? Yeah, I think Esper has been wide open, and we at least found that slice, you know? 3 eagles? Are we doing 3 eagles? Maybe I need turtle number 1, yeah. Because we are playing Cloud Blazers, which are also 5s. 3 eagles is not good when you have 2 blazers you're intending to play, but I think 3 eagles is good if those are your 3 5s. Yeah. here we'll take an inspection. And these touches have gone by, you know. No, I'm not we're already splashing Blazer, and that's oh no, sorry, we're not splashing. We're splashing Blazer. I moved into white blue. My mentality was that we were splashing this. Sorry, gang. My head's all messed up. But that's great. That means we can choose. We still have splashing if we want to. I think I'd take an Innovator. I'd rather just randomly draw a card if we're going to do that. Theorist at this point is great. So now I'm really happy. Like, whoa, I was thinking like I needed to stretch to get the Blazers and then completely forgot that like we moved into it. So now I'm super happy. Definitely cutting these double blacks though. We can't do that. Conviction, not really what we want. Ice over, more along the lines where a Media would take it and then not play it. Select for inspection. Yeah, you can cut the pillar bug. Yeah, I didn't take the Virtuoso though. But part of the reason I didn't take Virtuoso is in my head we were splashing for something else. So yeah, that what did we take? I think I took something reasonable, but yeah, we could maybe splash a Virtuoso here, but I'm also pretty happy to not splash. Given the lessons we've been learning the hard way on splashing, I don't hate that we're not doing it. Should we play the Renegade maps? They've been... Oh yeah, I was too busy yelling. Yeah, I would happily trade an Ice over for the Virtuoso to consider it, but I don't know if... I still don't think I would do it, actually. And I'm really questioning whether we run Renegade maps because we don't have much Revolt, right? We're not splashing, and this is our only Revolt. So math says we want the Revolt triggers, but I say, what, for a Countless Years Renegade? I mean, that's not worth it. So let's cut at least one Ice over. I'd rather have a combat trick than, and actually let's split it this way and look at our numbers. Okay, 19 creatures, we want to cut back there. So let's find our worst creatures and get rid of them. I want that. We're not playing a Moray. Not playing the schematic. I'll just grab that. This is somewhat of a creature, you know, creature maker. Yeah, let's cut the maps and then we can stop thinking about them. And then you don't like the Innovator. Yeah, this is probably one of our weaker remaining cards. We have some card draw. Where does that put us? 17-8. And let's see, some candidates here. Let me get into this view here. Candidates for cutting. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to collapse it down. Oh, let me do it this way. There we go. So candidates for cutting here. I'll put them on the lands. Leave in the Dust. We're at 17-8 with a Cogwork Puzzle Knot that is effectively a creature spell. Yeah, we could go. I should put in a Trade Winds. You're right. Let's do that. With 2 Cloud Blazer, you should play Trade Winds. And cut, we could even cut Leave in the Dust for the Trade Winds. Cut Renegade. Yeah, it's still a 2/2 for 2. And it's still going to make a servo sometimes. And we could cut a Theorist, but Trip's energy with Rock in the deck is no jokes. We're going to keep him in. But we can cut something else. Cut Dog. What's our dog? I don't know which one's our dog. Eager Construct. Oh, gotcha. I like the construct for the Serpent. So, like, everybody talking about cutting artifacts, you're making the Serpent worse. So keep that in mind. Yeah, let's cut Built to Last as the final spell cut. Now we're at 8 spells, which I like, and we can come up with a couple of creature cuts. Yeah, I want to keep the construct in for the Serpent. So, fine, I'll cut the Renegade if you're all down on that. And then we're at it's best of 1. We could just cut to 16. Yeah, turtle. I like the turtle cut with the Theorists. We have some 3 toughness early defense. And yeah, Bruticus, it can make an artifact, but the secret truth of Revolt is that it's kind of a trap. It's just kind of a trap. So I don't count on Revolt happening all that much unless I'm really building my deck around it. So when I don't have more than just a couple of maps, I assume that I'm not going to be uprising against the man. Turtle does make some sense, but I 16 lands could make some sense, but with Cloudblazer's drawing extras and a potentially expensive Serpent, we're hoping to reduce the cost here. A couple of Eagles. I'm going to cut the turtle this time and run 17. A little arbitrary. I know I was kind of arguing with chat at the beginning of the week on 16, 17, and basically also, though, kind of making the point that you don't have to agonize over it. It's not that you shouldn't try to make good decisions. Of course, we're trying to make good decisions, but I'm also trying to let people off the hook a little bit from obsessing over decisions. And it's not moving the needle so much that you have to obsess over it. But I do like, with a card draw and a big drop, going ahead and running the 17 here. But I'm going to use better lands than this. Hopefully somebody will redeem something sweet. Hey, I've never blamed the shuffler when I've gone 16 and been screwed. Although the irony was that with much of chat insisting that I should be disciplined and play 17, I played 16, and we basically got flooded all day long. But sample size, it was just funny. Why the maps? The maps are really clunky unless you're getting value out of the sack, I find, or splashing. We're not splashing. The only value for the artifact is really the Serpent, right? Is there anything else that cares? Yeah, You're being afraid of flood. So you're just hoping to by having maps as lands, you like thinning your deck, basically, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, that's true. But if you read this card, Mike, it says a bunch of things on it. It says scry 2. It says draw 2 cards. It says instant. It says get energy. That's like a lot of stuff. I'm greedy. I'm doing it. We're keeping it. Let's go. Nobody wants to redeem lands. We're using my faves. All hail John Avon. He's also an incredible Facebook. John Avon is my Facebook friend. I'm serious. Oh, but try and redeem Mirage. Fine. I love you, Avon, but I gotta respect the redemption. Unfriended. If that were happening, I'd be like, sorry, Tron. Oh, that's true. Like, Avon does some of these, but not this one, unfortunately. And honestly, I think it was a mistake for John Avon to friend me. Besides the obvious reasons, I think it was a mistake for him to friend me because he's never met me. He doesn't know me. He friended me because I'm a Wizards employee, and I don't know. It's just like, I'll take it. And he's a real sweet guy. His Facebook presence is pretty funny, which is good. I hope you always hope that the artists you admire can live up to your admiration in their personal life, but you never necessarily expect it. I don't know, Tron. I assume, like, I don't know. Does Avon not make any new lands? I haven't paid close attention, but I figured he would still be an artist if hired. What are we gonna? We call this Avon calling since we're talking about John Avon. That would be. But what was the name? Oh, is the rock? Somebody had a good rock pun. What was your rock pun that I said I was going to use? Hard rock. For those about to rock, yes. That was the. We'll do that. We salute you. Fire! I did a bunch of pack opening to start the stream, so we actually got to drafting quite a bit later. You can talk to Rob about that. He's got opinions. Boy, does that man have opinions. I like this deck. I have high hopes. High hopes would be a good name for the deck too, really, with the flying. Combo acquired. We're gonna go Eddie Tail. Hopefully we find something to do on 3. If not, we've got there on 4. All right, deck. Serve us up a 2 or a 3 that we're happy to play next turn, please. See, I was very specific. That was very specific, Magic Gods. Ooh, not what I asked for, Magic Gods, but you are forgiven. Thank you. Not blocking, so we will attack. Maybe there's worlds in which I fire this off if they do something massive with the gremlins. It's tempting because replaying the Hawk gives us more juice for the rock. And we have card draw behind. Yes, I'm giving up on bouncing the Cloud Blazer, but that's kind of being greedy win more when this is mana efficient and a very solid play. So I'm going to do it. Saves a lot of damage. Not only 4 there, but they got to spend their time recasting this now. And I'm going to put them to the test. We could run out a lesser 4, like a Peafowl. But I'm going to say beat the bomb. Here it is, beat the bomb. Because if they do, what we have behind is excellent as well. Yeah, they had it, but we made them have it. I'm fine with that. This could draw a card and maybe find us a land, and then next turn we can play a 3 if we find the land to activate it. So let's barge and hope we find land. No land, but closer to it at least. Well, hopefully our 4-drop artifact will keep this from being too much of a problem. And there's our land. We can go... so this is going to be... I'm going to go full control in case the game doesn't have this done right. I'm going to go Dawnfeather Eagle. When it's... With its ability on the stack, we will crew the barge. Oh, is it tied? Oh, it is tied. So yeah, we could. I'm gonna let him have a card, but then we can start like leaving it in the dust and try to get it that way. And we have some. We're both going to be drawing a lot of cards here, it seems. But let's go back to this play. I'm going to still do it. Now we can take it off full control. So hopefully, yeah, you're drawing lots of cards. You're drawing a card a turn with console, but we're just smacking your face for 1,000,000 a turn until you're dead. That's the plan to beat that. Well, Serpent says, hey, we have a plan too, says Oppo. I could leave that in the dust. We can race though. I kind of like Cloud Blazer, except we don't have anything in hand that gives us the ability to crew and still attack with the Eagle, right? I can do Theorist, Hawk. Yeah, nothing quite gets to that. So we'll play Blazer. I just seeing if there was some combo of cards that could activate the Barge again, it might have been worth considering, but we don't. So let's do this. And nothing to cast. We'll just throw out another island. Actually, I'll throw out a Plains. It's a little more threatening in terms of combat trick. Yeah, it's true. That's true. But there's a threat of block that we could also do in that case. But you're right. It's not really important to activate the Barge this turn anyway. If they start attacking with the Serpent, then we start looking to figure out Barge attacks. Oppo in the tank, trying to figure out how to win this race. Hope they come up empty. Cards like Padim are why we don't like aura-based removal, right? Aura-based removal on Padim doesn't do much. Got activated unblockable, so we got to be careful about being in a spot where we just lose to that. But what I want to do is set them up to activate the Serpent to try and win, and then we leave it in the dust and strand it for a while. Let's see. So with and great, with 7 mana, we can do exactly that along with an aerial responder. They really had a great turn there in terms of now if they play an artifact, these get pretty hard to deal with. But I believe that with aerial responder and the threat of Barge, like Eagle could crew the Barge. We have a 5/5, a 2/3 lifelinker, and a 2/2 we can potentially block with. And if we can get them to commit to making the Gear Serpent unblockable, then we get them. Yeah, I guess we can send in Blazer. I just worry that we might have to chump Mike. But these get trample, so that's real. But I'm thinking I was thinking we might have to chump with this. Like if they don't activate the Serpent, for example, we could chump. But we also need to get them dead, so you have a point there. Right. That's true. They get one or the other. So either there's an unblockable Serpent or trampling gremlins. All right, it's aggressive, but I'll side with Mike and send in the 2/2. Got to get him dead. And if they go for, you know, if they get super all-in aggressive here, we have a nice response in the dust. And really, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we're very close to just getting them dead on a crackback, but not quite, which is too bad. If our flyers were lethal on the crackback, I would actually feel pretty good about our spot. Of course, if they do swing away and activate, like if they tap out, swing away to try and win, then we can do our leave in the dust play, and then we do win with the 5/5 instead of the 3/3 attacking. I just don't think that's what's going to happen here. I don't think they're going to go no, you know, tap out, no blockers. Wow, okay, so with no attacks, do we have a dust play that gives us a win, or should I just glimmer? Dust draws a card anyway. I should just dust and draw instead of draw 2, right? Mike says glimmer, but Mike, we get a card out of this anyway. We could just bounce something. I mean, this sets him back so much. We can't dust the flyer because of Badim. Okay, let's glimmer. Do we like either of these in this spot? I don't want to draw lands, but I'm not particularly happy with either of those cards. I guess a 3/1 technically trades with the gremlins, but the tramples over. Yeah, let's move these down. There's a risk of just drawing more land here, but those are not useful cards, so go away. Yeah, 3/1 for crew has been a totally reasonable line, Mike. I didn't really think of that. Good call. But this doesn't suck either. We get some more defense, and we can still send the Blazer and, well, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could go not Theorist and still have the Leave, or Theorist for some extra toughness. Yeah, they do have a 2/4 flying block, so we don't want to send in the Blazer again, but we could, yeah, I guess we just hold now. We can send Responder, but do we want to? They fly it up for free. Sending the Responder is giving up a blocker for 2 life, and I don't think we do that. Oh, Vigilance. Yeah, sorry, thank you. That's a reading stream. I'll do you a reading meme in a minute. But let's start with the attack with the Responder. Thank you, gang. Saving your streamer again. Magic's hard, okay? There's a lot to read.
Oh no, please! I can't.
And maybe they get worried and don't fly the P-Foul because they don't want our combat trick or something. Yeah, I like it, Mike. I'm definitely in for the Hawk to set up flying barges and whatnot. I'm going to put an upkeep stop if for some reason we want to scry before we draw. I don't think we will, but just to have that option, I'll throw the stop on. Yeah, that's why we took this over ostensibly a rare bomb, but then I didn't read it, so whatever. Oh no, don't do it! I could save it, but I don't think we should. We need to leave in the dust for their potential big crack here. This is a fascinating game. We're both just drawing scads of cards. This is, yeah, we really want that other eagle, right? This is a great play for them because now they can get those gremlins extra annoying. But don't worry, we've got our leave in the dust. This is going to be fine. For now, I think it's slipping away from us, but it's currently this is not like GG or anything. So now I'm just going to bounce one of those now and probably take and see if we can't find a line to win next turn. But we got to send one of these back and then decide what to do after that. So ice over, interesting. That makes me want to let this connect because at worst we can at least pin this down. Do we need to recover any? Yeah, we just have to take the. We can also. Yeah, barge block. Barge block means that we don't have the kind of the forced P-foul block because we can send this with the hawk next turn and make them block effectively with the P-foul. So yeah, that's true. We can barge block. Then if they connect with this, we can ice over the serpent. All right. I don't like having to give up our... We were trying to attack with the barge, but this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they got built to smash. We're smashed, but what are you going to do? Oh, Serpent... The idea was to use Eddie Tail Hawk to launch the barge. Yeah, I should have added Theorist. Mike, smart again. Mike always with the lines. So here I was stopping here in case we wanted a Theorist before draw. And we might. This isn't being much of a blocker here. Aren't we just dead? How are we just dead? Maybe I missed their obvious lethal. 5. With 8 mana... We have plays. I'm just going to draw. That's fine. Got some land. And puzzle knot. P-foul. Theorist number 2. I didn't scry just because we had so much to do here, and we can scry before we draw now. And then we'll put on another upkeep stop. Now, do we have any attacks? We've got this pesky foul and a flyer blocker, so no. But yeah, Eagle, we're going to scry a bunch looking for Eagle, basically. So let's say no attacks. Oppo just drawing 2 cards a turn, and yet somehow we're still in this. We got like 1 turn to find an eagle and maybe eke out a victory here. But Padim, since it says tied for, we're losing. If this said, you know, greatest, we'd already have won this game. But that little choice... Come on, go for the Serpent Unblockable. 2 turns, Serpent Unblockable. It's what you gotta do, right? Come on. River Scrolls. Except now they don't have the... Oh, they do have the mana for it, so maybe they're doing it. Let's see what they want to go with here. They've got 15 to our 17. So, like, yeah, they've been drawing a ton, but we've been finding our draw too. So it's just we've both been drawing cards in different ways. More gremlins. All right, let's start the scrying. We have 12 energy. I didn't even notice that. Untethered Express, not an eagle. Plains, not an eagle. I wish we could keep one of these theorists around to really like. I feel like we need an eagle almost now, or we're dead, Mike. I don't know how Express stops us from losing the game. That was my reaction to that, seeing that card. But maybe you often have lines that I didn't see, so maybe you have a how it wins us the game line. But I got to do it again. One time dealer. Come on now. Arrgh. Okay, maybe not. Not quite what we wanted. Trouble is, Ice Over, being the very medium removal that it is, does not tap the permanent. It just says it doesn't untap, so we don't get anything out of icing over. We could ice over the... we can't target artifacts, so we can't ice over the Whirler Maker. And... yeah, so we can make another 1/1, but we don't have attacks, and there's no reason to play an ice over yet, so we say no attacks and probably lose from here. That was kind of our big turn, I think. The turn we needed to find the win. Great game, though. I can take this one. Yeah, I should upkeep stop in case we survive. Thanks, math. Yeah, if we survive, it's not going to be with much left. Oppo's really played their board well. Yeah, 2 cards a turn since turn 5. Yes. Easy to beat that, right? Have a personal Howling Mine, Oppo. We gotcha. I mean, if they still don't want to send, I'm fine with that. I just can't believe they are not going for Serpent Winds. Like, I just feel like if Oppo would just activate Serpent... that's what I would be doing. Of course, we have the ice over for that, but I would be making me beat Serpent. All right. Well, we're doing a bunch of blocks and then dying is kind of how this is going to work. We can take the 7, or we could take the 4 and try to kill the 7. I wonder if we can take the 7 in a way that allows us to have a possible, flying win. But these pesky servos, I just don't think we can win from here, gang. I think there's too much. Yeah, we could do that. I think we're just dead. But yeah, this is probably not like ideal or something, but we're just kind of dead. Or I could have like made a puzzle knot. That might have been good. Yeah, as if that matters. Although it does, because the trample now is lethal, so there you go. Oh no, it's not trample, but it's not dead. Yeah, no, we're just going to give it up now. There's no way we can come back now. That was a cool game. I like that we didn't give up in the face of a sea of advantage from Oppo and made Oppo really earn it. They did. They had quite a boost from their rare on turn 4. Oops, I don't get to be declaring a win. But we made them earn it. I like making a player like that sweat. They're like, oh, we got this. I'm drawing 2 cards a turn. But then they're like, wait, do I have this? Good game, Scrolls. I was wondering if I kind of like, I would say only like a handful of percent of my opponents swing by and say hello, and that was such a cool game. I was really hoping you would, and you are. Welcome. Yeah, we were just proud to make you earn it through that Padim, right? Like, man, you were drawing 2 cards a turn from turn 5, and you had to earn it. I think we can keep this, given the strength of the... We have a turn 2 and a turn 4, even if we don't find white. So let's keep this. I even had some high-value artifacts, but yours were better. Or yours were equal, I should say. Yeah, we were. You can go back and watch the VOD and see my thoughts on some of your choices. I mean, you played a great game, and I said that many times. But at one point, I was just like, "Huh, I would be making me answer the unblockable serpent until Plan B." You know. And actually, we did have an answer. We had the 2 mana freeze. Don't untap aura. So if you had attacked with the serpent, my plan was to just freeze it with that. But I was thinking that in your shoes, I would make me beat the serpent, but I don't know. We'll play that and be happy we have something else to do this turn and send in and offer a trade that won't be accepted. I should probably crack this because it's going to be totally me to forget, but I'm gonna try and remember. I did it! Look, here's me doing it. P-Foul over cards, especially since we can go P-Foul, Blazer, Eagle, and then reload. That's our plan. Generally, if you have a lot of options and one of them is card draw, you save the card draw to reload. So that's what we're going to do there. Ooh, nice deck from Oppo too. I like what they're doing. Chief is a great card, and Screecher is a fine card in decks that are heavy artifacts. We could pile it all on and take out this bug, and I'm in for that. We're basically giving up 2 servos for a pillar bug. There is a... I don't know what there is for 1 black. I could go look it up, but I'm going to make him have it. Let's see. Oh, it's the lifelink they were just doing. That's fine. I love that trade. I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Blaze on. Oh, man, somebody should find it. There's like a 420 deck out there that's... it might be a commander deck or some deck that's just... every card that you could associate in some way with smoke and weed, and it's a hilarious read of a deck list. Anyway, we'll say no attacks here, nothing to get in with. Take the trade. I mean, we have the Eagle to make this better. We have Bounce to return this to our hand and play it again. But I kind of feel like we should just trade, right? Mike agrees. Mike's always right. Let's do that. Ah, that was why they were willing to. I'm cool with that still. So we can go Construct Genius into Eagle, or we can just Eagle here. I guess Construct Genius makes a little more sense here. Because we may even, what we could do is go Construct, reload, find some other creatures, play the other creatures, and now then Eagle after that. So let's, yeah, draw first. Fair enough, because we might find something we want to do besides that too. We're going to drop that. We're going to leave in the dust. And I like leaving the dust here. We may be able to do shenanigans where we bounce the Foundry to change blocking math. Good scries. We're still a little flooded, but we'd be even more flooded without it, but I'll still give you this.
Oh, here comes the flood.
I mean, land much indeed, but look down here. Now, untethered into Eagle with Dust. Well, Eagle won't have Dust available, but untethered into Eagle seems sweet. I don't know, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spells to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 land. Now, we scried those away, but in terms of the density of land to spells we've seen, we've been very land heavy. Yeah, Fenhauler is rough, but we have Leave in the Dust for that as well. Might have to take 5 for a while. I mean, we have to leave it in the dust to get where we want to be here. Well, maybe we'll draw something else to do, but we got to do something next turn. We can't just sit around. All right, Hawk lets us consider options. 8 mana gives us Hawk Eagle. Hawk Leave in the Dust. Can we send Express here? How about send... yeah, Mike's line was just what I was going to say. Hawk, Kraken with Train, backed by Bounce. Then we still save the Eagle for later. Yeah, that's a good plan eventually, too. And this is going to be good. Again, we have 2 ways to blow out potential blocks here. Chief of the Foundry bounce and double block bounce. We'll see what we want to do. And really, we could do this. Except we need some defense against this stuff. So just the Express. Now, what I'm kind of hoping for is Oppo tapping out for something non-devastating pre-combat that makes the Fenhauler not be able to come back down after we bounce it. Fair enough, Math. We don't want to lose creatures when we're trying to pump team. Well, they get to replay it this turn, but it becomes their whole turn, so that's a little bit of help. Now I'll give you a part 2.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Flying Express seems fine, though. Should I restart the flood loop? How's that? I gotta see how many I have left. How many do I have left? 5 lands left in the deck, gang. 5 lands. So now we'll do the Eagle play. I'm gonna go full control. Oh, that's true. Yeah. We'll tap the 2/2 for crew and play Eagle, though, ahead of it. All right. Yeah, Peafowl can fly up. And it's the vigilance, right? The vigilance on the Eagle is so sweet. So sweet! This is good for us if they can't deal with any flyers. And we've got 5 in the air right now. A very threatening Untethered Express. I mean, 19 cards. Of the top 17, there's only 2 lands. We have 2 in 17 chance of drawing land. -1/-1 until EOT. Okay. Bold, Cotton. Do they know how this works? Let's see. Do we have a block here, so we'll use Eagle to crew. Oppo sensed their error. All right, 1 to the good. Might have been a last-ditch effort, but they weren't dead on the next turn. So if they were thinking that, I would have waited at least a turn before I did that. Oh, hey, I don't know if you saw, some of you may have seen my announcement. I'm a last-minute addition to the Sweatsuit Invitational today. I'm going to be doing that. What is it? It's about 11 my time. So 5 hours from right now, I'm going to be hopping back on air to play in the Invitational. I kind of had to. It's the format that I won the event in. It's another Chaos draft. This looks sweet if we can get a reasonable mix from here. Motorist. There's your ideal driver. Any of these things that say pilot on them are very good at crewing vehicles. Get some bonus for crewing vehicles. If they send in the motorist, I might have to ask him to show me and offer the trade despite the barge waiting. Yeah, I did say a nice mix deck, and so far you've given us nothing but lands. How about the mix part? Let's go with that mix. Yeah, they can't send because they know I'd take that trade. We didn't find a 3, unfortunately, but hopefully we can get there. Thanks, Magic Gods, for respecting the variety here with a Leave in the Dust. Woof. Ping ping incoming. Fireweaver is a nice little build around. You don't really want to run a 1/3 for 2 in your deck for, just for nothing, but this is a real deal. Like, this is a closer for a heavy artifact red deck. But let's barge, because now we can crew it, and we stop their whole board with it. And really, we can start chaining eagles, but hopefully we find, like, I guess my ideal draw is a 2-drop creature, and we go Drake, 2-drop creature, and then chain eagles. Or we lose to one of the best cards in the set. This card is so sweet. All right. Fun while it lasted. Actually, it wasn't. It was really boring while it lasted, and then it was over. Unusual to go tall. Most people go wide with this, since, especially against blue-white, like, 3 toughness versus 1 toughness doesn't really matter. Also means we could leave it in the dust and not have left a couple of things behind. So let's, yeah, Eagle and Barge is all we got. I'll do this. If they want to trade for this, we're fine. Like, we'll trade with anything here. It's vigilant, and we need to make some offers. The combinations of toughness are fine. Like, they have to give up 2 real cards to block the barge. Or at least a real card, like a servo and a motorist, but we would take that. Yeah, my presumption is they're obviously not blocking with the Angel, but if they for some reason did, we would go, okay, great, thank you, Oppo. If we can keep our creatures alive here, because our opponent has decided not to play any interaction over bad interaction, we could still get there. Slowly slipping away, but they're out of cards. Let's see if we can crawl back in somehow. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to talk through my thought process. What do you mean? We don't have a 2 spell here. We don't have a 2 spell. So yeah, I kind of am on the build up before second Eagle line. And this does threaten the air. Our Cloud Blazer. That's an old school reference. Raise your hand if you got that one. Let's play it. I'm gonna keep getting wide with stuff we can attack with later. Ooh, shot is nice. That was the first anime I ever had any exposure to, Star Blazers. Would watch it sometimes before school as a very young child and was baffled by the whole thing. It was so foreign, literally and figuratively, to me, to see anime at age 5 or 6 or whatever. I don't know. When did it come out? Someone tell me when Star Blazers was on TV in the States. Or is it just Star Blazer? Star Blazer might be the name of the ship or something, so maybe it's Star Blazer. I didn't like the show. I was just fascinated by it. It's like, what is this? Yeah, there you go. So I was born in 72, and that show was on right in my 5 to 10 range. 7 to 10, 7 to 12 range. Say I was 7. Boy, oh boy. I'm here thinking about Star Blazers, and now I'm looking back like, oh, we're getting smashed. What's going on here? Well, might as well crew. I don't even know if we're blocking, but might as well crew. Probably should block if we can kill it. Trade Barge and an Eagle? Or Barge, Foul, and Blazer. Yeah, I think Eagle. But we are gonna we're gonna shoot the Angel. Yeah, it's about what we want to have left alive. But this is fine. Actually, don't mind the land here. We've been flooding a bit, but we really need the land to be able to dump our hand fast enough to keep up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can play Eagle, Drake. We can play Drake, Hold Up, Dust, Shot. We can shoot and hold up Dust. We can play a Serpent. At 18, we might just be able to play the Serpent and still have Eagle threaten these flyers. But yeah, if we want to have Shot ready, then let's play the Drake. And then we have Crew threatening, and we have Shot threatening. We have Dust threatening. And we can do some potential blowouts here if they get frisky. Shoot the Angel, crew the Barge, nom 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 some creatures. We'll see. Man, Magic will do that to you, 69. Complicated. All right, so now we're going to shoot the Angel and try to eat this Pioneer at least. Trian, they don't have any cards, so we're going to eat this Pioneer. We'll keep that. Yes, I like that card. This game just got a whole lot better for Team Optimal. But we're going to go Rock, Hold Up, Dust, and then probably Serpent into Eagle after that. Really going to just try to get wide here. And then dump all creatures and then finish with Eagle. And I'm going to send the Drake all their creatures on the ground. This can't block flyers, so I'm going to keep a 3/3 back to block. You could argue that Drake crews the Barge, except it doesn't. So yeah, I'm going to send Drake. I want to rock! Rock! See, that was a rock. That was the rock singing that part of the song. That was my rock impersonation. Oh, can't block artifacts. My bad. I didn't read it. I knew it had trouble blocking something. So maybe I should have kept it back. But it's still not much of a blocker against this board. I guess it's good against the Fnatic. But this is cool. We got a lot of defense in our spot right here. Kind of like crew, block, bounce. Tron and Mike on the same page. Always feels comforting when the line I come up with before checking chat checks out with chat. Could have probably even mega blocked, but they're out of artifacts, so they already had to sack both. Trade Winds is powerful with the double eagle. Love that we drew a card off that. It wasn't even card disadvantage to make him do that. Ooh. We can go not. I should probably attack first. I'll think it through before I gear seeker, but I was just excited to get a cheap gear seeker. If I spend 2 on the knot, we lose 1 artifact, another one comes back, and we still get the cheapie. Okay, so we can do that. I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't change anything, so we can just hold up the activation or whatever. And let's decide on attacks. I think we're advantaged enough to actually, especially with the Serpent coming down on this board and them being empty-handed, I'm gonna get on it. Yeah, I want like leaving 1 blocker back here and having a crew. We want to have a crew for the barge, but we want to get aggro. You like 9? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna leave 1 back. I'm gonna submit. Oh, if you do, yeah, we want to do this just to get the counter, right? Gardenator, welcome. Nice cheap Serpent. Not a bad 4-drop, huh? Could produce a scoop. I mean, maybe Oppo is just thinking about whether they just scoop right now. We're going to have this mega Serpent. We've got an army of flyers. Like, I don't know what they come up with. We probably just win next turn with the Eagle. Like, Oppo needs sweeper level stuff to get out of this, I believe. Maybe there's some individual bomb that does something I'm not thinking about that could help them out. That's going to get the rock, but we've still done enough damage that we can have a crazy good... Yeah, I should just crack this now, probably. I'm all excited about it. I'm not going to forget. It's right near the button, too. In fact, I should have cracked in response, though, because I would have gotten another energy for what that's worth. Yeah, Sir Elgar saw it. I didn't. My heuristic was end of turn, right? I think that's like one of our only energy sinks. We've got those... we got the Ether Theorists, but they don't need a lot. And the Hawk... I guess we got the Hawk and the Theorists, but the energy loss isn't huge, but definitely suboptimal. And at least the stuff that does use energy has its own, so... And there's one of them. So it could matter. But I'm in just for Eddy Trail here. And we can go Eddy Trail, Hawk, and then crew with... well, it doesn't really matter because the Eagle... But I guess it's better to have... Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll go Hawk and Eagle, but still going to crew the barge with the Eagle we're playing right now. Oh yeah, I'm doing the same thing Oppo did, right? We could just activate the Serpent and make him beat that, and that's completely fair. And then we have Eagle next turn as the big finisher if they're not just dead from that. So yeah, that's That's a fair line. Let's do that. I'll do what I said. Our opponent who had a Gear Seeker in this spot is what I would have done. Make him beat it. I'm going to leave the barge back to block with these 3 crewers. Yeah, fumigate. We still have an answer to win the game if they fumigate. And it even just wins right away, because Fumigate... Oh, I don't think Fumigate takes out vehicles, but if it doesn't, then we play Eagle Crew and win after a Fumigate. Oh, the Fumigate gains a lot of life, right? So yeah, maybe they had enough life, but we'd have a nice plan. Yeah. It would have gained a lot of life, right? It's for every dead creature. So it would have taken a turn or two, but we would have been in a good spot. It's hard to remember cards from the past without looking them up or reading them. And of course, we're not going to do that. Speaking of the Cloud Blazer, Star Blazer show thing, remind me that I started watching. There's like a Marvel series that's more Marvel documentary series, and the first one was on Japanese Spider-Man. I haven't watched any of the other ones yet, but the Japanese Spider-Man episode was excellent. I don't know that. It's like Marvel, and then it's a number like Marvel 612, or like, I don't know. There's a show called Marvel, and then it has a number, a 3-digit number after it. And I don't know what the number's about, but we'll keep this. What's the 616 a reference to, Hat? You big nerd. Tell me. Anyway, I found that episode excellent, so check that out. Yeah, we'll go with attacking over theorizing. Blazer is nice to see. Rhino, not nice to see. This thing's just going to get big on us. We can't stay around to try and block a 3/4. That's why this card is so great. It attacks on turn 4 as a 3/4. And it can get bigger from there. Very, very good card. When I see these going 6th or later, I see it as a sign. That's true. We could double block. Let's consider that. If we double block it, we get... yeah, it would be a 1-for-1. I like that, Siriana. We'll hold back the Infiltrator and threaten that. I'm worried early on they're going to have interaction to blow that out, but I'm also worried enough about the Rhino that I'm going to hold up the threat. Good call. Really want a 4-drop that we can cast. Not having anything on 4. In fact, to that end, I should probably set my upkeep stop here. The Japanese Spider-Man show is super campy, super low budget kids show, but one of the sweetest moments in the episode is one of the performers from the show who talked about it was informed that Stan Lee loved the show, thought it was a great adaptation, and he hadn't heard that before, and he almost teared up learning that Stan Lee appreciated and loved Japanese Spider-Man. Yeah, we'll scry. Want to find a 4, right? Another guy said he'd never been proud of his work on that show until talking it through with the documentary. Like, it was really sweet. Well, there's a 4. We're going to take some damage, but boy, we got something to do. And at least we have something to trade for here. I'm going to leave this black back to block a potential Wanderer. And at instant speed, we can hold this up. I mean, they're tapped out playing blue, but there's not much counter action. Mike says swing. I'm in. I guess if we leave this back, they're probably going to accrue the skiff. But I was totally willing to trade Infiltrator for Wanderer. That's why I didn't want to swing. What are you thinking on the swing? Is it you're just figuring they're going to crew if we do that? I mean, it does reduce the damage. I don't know. I'm going to end the turn. Probably means I'm wrong. When multiple people in chat tell me I'm doing the wrong thing, they're probably right. But I'm also trying more to play my game and just let the chips fall. But I do appreciate when chat points out strictly's, like obvious, like that's a mistake if you don't do that, Ryan. That's a nice friendly safety net from the crew here. I don't think we need a scry now because we have a Genius into Cloud Blazer, so I'm not going to set a stop. But I'm going to wait till end of turn for this. No land, Responder's great. Ooh, and Puzzle Knot actually gives us an alternative to the Cloud Blazer play that I like. We'll go ahead and Puzzle Knot Responder. And now I like, well, now are we attacking? This thing's getting big. Nah, we're gonna make enough blockers that I'm gonna keep it all back. Again, I don't think we need an upkeep scry, so I'm not going to set a stop, but we'll do an end of turn scry. Boo. Look at that totally serviceable removal, taking out one of our best cards. Hopefully I'll show Media's point, though, and we'll draw some bounce, right? I'd love to show Media's point here. Yep, EOT Scry, I'm ready. I'm ready. Thanks for the reminder. Big Barge. That's action. Let's keep it. Might help get in the way of these beasties on the ground in green. When you're up against green, getting the big crew thing is nice. And probably want to do that now, continuing the whole move towards Eagle. How bizarre. How bizarre. Yeah, it's taken me back to middle school, too. Yeah, middle school. Because middle school was bizarre. Well? Crew Bazaar block? I mean, you gotta try. Oh, can't crew. One of the reasons it's okay. Ah, they had a plan. They had a plan, gang. Well, their plan's going to be good enough here. Not going to crack the knot or anything. We're just going to take this. It's a hard hit, though. I don't need to chump yet. We can chump when it's even potentially bigger. You like chumping now? I don't know. I like chumping later. I don't like chumping early. Yeah, but we're not dead to it. We are about, I mean, we're about to have flyer blocks. All right, I'll listen to overwhelming chat support for the chump, but I don't love it. Ah, another piece of completely serviceable removal that's making it harder for us to win this game. Ah! Oh, sorry. Missed a scry. Got a decent card, though, so not punished. We'll blaze and infiltrate. Ooh, Skywither's shot is nice. Hey, no regrets, hat. No regrets. I'd argue that we could afford to take the hit here, too. If we were at 4, we'd go to 2 and then be well set up. Oh, almost, but I remembered. Good one, too. Ooh, let's view battlefield and get this stop set before I let this resolve, because we might want to do it again. Yeah, P-Foul plus Whaler's Shot also fine for our spot. And I will go ahead and scry again. Nice scries. Hey, I get to prove Media's point, which I'm happy to do. Media's not without a point. We just disagree on the where the line lies, you know? But now we get to really mess them up. So foul gives us trade wins or shot plus a jump block. So we're going to do that, and then we have eagle for the big attacks later. And if we're not blocking, we can be attacking. Where are we? I think we want to leave everything for... yeah, I guess, but, well, the thing is, we could swing the Blazer in, but having Blazer and P-Foul threatens to actually kill the Skiff, so I like that. I'm just going to pass with everything up. No swing, everything up. Untethered Express might have to be what we use the shot upon. Rhino is potentially scary, but they don't have energy and it's under control. This thing's get out of control, so... And trade wins. I guess we can reset the Rhino and unlock our responder. Rhino feels like the best thing to take from them. Yeah, we could bounce the train, but I mean, they just replay it. Maybe that's what we want. We have a plan for it, though. That's what I was like, resetting seems... You like the train? We got 2 votes for the train. What do you think, Hammer? Hammer screaming, no, but I haven't even clicked anything, man. We got it. Siriana's on resetting Rhino. Yeah, but it makes its own energy and could get back to a 3-4 attacker, but they had to attack just to get it back to a 3-4. That was what I was thinking. But I'll go with chat majority here. Elgar and Siriana were with me on the reset, but both are good plays. Mainly we want to get our responder back. Yeah, Skiff is another option. It helps us attack, but I'm not worried about attacking right now. So now responder, hold up the goods again. Cloudblazer may have been a better bounce. You're not wrong, Mike. I got a little focused on proving proving Media's point that aura removal has some serious downside that you have to take into account. But let's do that. Let's do the responder and hold up. Shot. Ice over does hit artifacts, so another thing we can do is ice over a tapped train. Can't attack there because that's why, you know, bouncing Skiff does give us an attack here that we now don't have. And I'm still going to say no attacks, but yeah, we can start peck for life, get some life back, everything. And heck, it does more than peck if we drop an eagle. Scry? I can scry now. They're tapped out. Serpent is good. Keep that. I'm going to save the shot. And yeah, let's go ahead and Serpent, and then we still have the shot open. And we can attack with the responder for now. I'm not missing anything, right? No secret reach, no... just the Skiff? Okay. Wow, Oppo didn't even want to get in front of it for the bounce block. We'll take it. We're not throwing away my shot. They might not even attack, though. I mean, they don't have good attacks with the Express into the Serpent anyway. Yeah, that's true, Mike. They were using their life total as a resource, you might say. Well, now I like block and make them show us what they're up to here. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, that gets it to 6, which would trade with the, or, you know, beat the Serpent. So good play from Oppo, but we're going to blow them out a little bit. Let's let them see how they want to attack. Yeah, just the Express. We could just take it and ice it over and then shoot the Eagle. I think I like that better. It does have the risk of what Media is saying. Like if we use this as our answer to Express, the Express could re-enter the fray. Oh, it doesn't tap. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the Eagle. All right, so given that, I'm going to shoot it. Thanks, guys. Our scries have been really good this game. I mean, check this out. Look at this. Look at the dodging we've done this game. Still got a land, but man. So of our, we got 8 lands left, but full 5 are on the bottom. So out of our 17 cards, mostly we're going to draw action from here. Yeah, we can just do Serpent swings till given something else we need to do, right? I mean, this is the power of the Serpent. Clog the board and make them beat it. Eagle play would have been fine as well. Soften them up and then finish them off, though, is also interesting. Out of energy, no more stops needed. Upkeep for now. Or end of turn. Hunt the Weak is gonna get it done. We don't have a response to that. No crew to do in response. Just happens. At least we get a little life back out of it. And that should help us try and win the race. If they tap the Eagle in an attack, we can... They can't really attack here, though. We just fly the foul and trade or trade off Blazer. And now, do we want to do the Eagle play? If we make this a 6-7, they need to put, like, Eagle and a 3-2 on it to trade. And... yeah, just keep the clock going. All right, we'll keep clocking them. I just trying to do some loose math, but it's unclear that anything is better than just, and especially because if we do, we're kind of comically flooding out despite a 75% chance at a spell. If we get, quote, unlucky and draw somehow another land next turn, we can Eagle activate Serpent. So there is that. So I actually kind of want a land because it lets us win next turn, basically. Which is very ironic. We're like flooded. We can't believe that there's 75% chance of a spell. We're still drawing land, and now I actively want the land. Maybe I should play the flood meme because I want it, right?
Oh, here comes the flood.
The most ironic thing about that song is that nothing in it is ironic. The thing that comes closest is needing a knife and getting 10,000 spoons. That's like the closest to ironic. All right, now that gets to ice over if we don't find our quasi-win off of a land. Back at you, Magic Gods. I wanted the flood. Well, that's ironic, Vargan. Interesting. Here, I just resend everything, right? I'm doing no look. Math is for not me. Yeah, baby. Chat did the math, and it was in our favor. Oppo agrees. 3-1. Let's keep rolling. I like this deck. Can you paste me the dictionary definition of ironic now? Now I want to see what the word means, now that it means something else. When the expected result is the opposite of the, or when the actual result is the opposite of the expected result. I like the doctor's definition. Let's just go with that. All right. We got a 2, 4, 5. If we can find something for 3, this hand is ideal. If not, it's merely good. Also might be like, what dictionary, right? Well, there's something to do on 3. It's a 2-drop, but I'll take it over nothing. So then this kind of becomes our... I try to put things in order of how I'm going to deploy them to the battlefield. And actually, I like Theorist over Infiltrator. We have a great long game, and this is pretty aggressive, and Theorist straight up blocks it. So let's stonewall the Fanatic. They may just play some vehicle and crew it, but let's make him do it. Make him have it. I'll do the reflexive upkeep stop and decide if it's something we need to do. I think we don't. I think this hand is good right now. That's obviously sus, but I'll trade Theorist for a trick. Really coming up with another actual 3-drop would be great, because then we have Infiltrator Hawk on 4 instead of the reload play. So a 3-drop we want to deploy to the board here would be fantastic. I don't even know what we've got on that front, but that's all right. We'll do the Eddie Hawk play, or Eddie Trail Hawk play, or just the Infiltrator. I guess we want the Infiltrator here. So, does this mean that one of Alanis Morissette's claim to fame is that she redefined irony? That's ironic. I'm just going to say that about everything now. Hey, we found an alternate 4. Excellent. Yeah, they 2-for-1 themselves. I didn't mention that. I should have at the time. I was too busy talking about whatever, but that was definitely a questionable attack. But now they're trying to go off with Panharm. I mean, if we lose to a Panharmonicon deck, you got to tip the cap to that. We'll see if we can beat it, but... well, I'm going to go Blazer here. Is there an attack? Yeah, there is an attack. Thopterist... Well, not if I don't want to trade Thopterist. They can't block... These can't block the Infiltrator. But I'm going to just go Blazer and try to set up some... Hope they run out of gasoline to fuel this Panharmonicon and get wide enough to get there. And I'm not going to offer Infiltrator for Thopterist at this point in time. It has an attack. I mean, it's a good attack if we're willing to trade this off, but it's just the Eagle in hand that made me think maybe we don't want to, although Eagle does not change this from being a trade, so perhaps I should have just attacked. We got Theorist Hawk or Glimmer, one of these two. I think I'm going to go Glimmer and then play one of our 2s. I got you, Fruit Fly. One less Fruit Fly in the world. Ice over would be good on the Brawler. The blue means aura removal is extra vulnerable here. This puts me to the test. Again, Medi is not wrong. This is not premium removal. And there's a long game to go in which they could find ways to unlock. But I think it is good enough to keep. I'm going to keep it over nothing. Yeah, and they did deliberately leave up exactly 3 mana, right? So we want to keep that in mind. I'm going to say no attacks. Again, I don't want to trade off right now. And I'm going to Theorist. Well, I guess Eddy Tail as a 1/2 blocks these flyers. Let's play that. Also could give us a flying Infiltrator. That I kind of like. Attack Eddy Trail, fly Infiltrator. Although then we're just trading the Eddy Trail for one of these. Boy, pick your flavor of irony in that definition. I kind of like the 2-sentence definition of irony. So far, Panharm has delivered 2 flyers and 2 energy. I'm on P-Foul Infiltrator here, though. I mean, again, I don't know. They've showed some weird choices, so I'm going to try to make this offer. Maybe they punish us. If it's Sparks, I mean, they had Sparks anyway. Sparks kills everything, so yeah, I'm going to do this. Thanks, Oppo. Oppo's making some interesting attacks that I'm perfectly cool with. And now, with 7 mana, we could have this stuff. There's nothing to play the ice over on yet. I'm going to go with the Eagle play now. Get in for something. Right. I guess I could just... if I'm going to play 5 mana worth of creatures, I should do these 2. Pause. I am agreeing with... it just does feel like Sparks, as Hammer points out. This 3 mana constantly being left up. Pauses. Feels like Sparks. I mean, is it? I mean, it can't block these, but it's not like it can't attack as a 3/4 vigilance into a sea of them and do some good. Another Infiltrator. And at this point, Dawn Feather, Fly Peafowl is fine. Let's do it. And we'll offer them some flyers here. See, Rob? I mean, it's being part of a great attack here. I accept your offer, Oppo. Theorist. Scry. Put your upkeep stop, Ryan. Oof. Ouch. Need our bounce now. Steel and creatures turns out real good in limited. Turns out real good in constructed, but especially good in limited. Come on, answer. Not that. Come on, answer. Not that. Boy. Did we put 23 lands and 17 spells in our deck on accident and like nobody noticed? Something else. Yeah, how many we got down there now? 3. We're on 3 right now. What attacks do we have? None, because they stole our favorite flying friend. But we'll put out the barge, see what we find. Put out the train, see what we find. Wait, we found a train. I get you, Math. It's just too much of a cost. I think. Tampering, very good for them. Peafowl might be more of a threat, though, if we find answer to this eagle. I'm going to put another stop on to upkeep Scry again. Put another land on the bottom. I mean, all hail Scry. Sending in Barge. Yeah, Barge has attacks. Are we sending in... What else? This has attacks. This has attacks. And our flyers don't. So what about Responder? It takes 3 to crew. Great Scries. Game-winning Scries. Yeah, I'm trying to... It's either send Barge and 3-1, or it's use the 3-1 to crew so that we don't need 2 creatures to crew. But at 19 life, even if they crack back because we went down low on defense, we should still do the thing. I'm going to go... least toughness flyer and least blockable worst blocking flyer. Peafowl threatening still to jump up. And we're very happy with these blocks. Hey, welcome Raiders. Welcome Raider. That must be Papa Shark. Hi, Papa. Welcome. Got the mamas and the papas in the house. I don't know, is Mama still here? Haven't heard from her lately, but she's probably working, doing work. Well, I decided to not scry this to the bottom, and it's been staring us in the face, but that's actually been a good thing. It means that just Oppo has never had a chance to attack, so maybe I should have bottomed it, but it's at least a good sign that I haven't been able to cast it yet. Nice, Buckeye. All right. Picked up another. Started off with a loss, but we're rolling in the losers bracket. Let's see. Did I get any new orders for cards while I've been streaming? Oh, yes, I have. Let's see, what have I sold since I've been streaming? I have sold... Ooh, I got a couple of big ones. It's $35.95. What do you think I sold for $35.95? Ah. Grand Prix Promo Umezawa's GT Near Mint Foil. I also got a $15.99. What did I sell for $15.99? I love 99. It's such a made-up price. 99. I actually go with a lot of 69 on my prices. Nice prices around here. For $15.99, I'm selling a Magic 2014 Jace Memory Adept Near Mint Foil. And then, is there another one? Ooh, only $195. I got a $195 order. Some small card. Take the Crown. Conspiracy, Take the Crown, Dragon Lair, Spider, Near Mint. Oh, what a great looking hand. Chef's kiss it. Mwah! Oh, and the Theorist to threaten one of my favorite cards in the format, the Ether Chaser. Zesty indeed. I'm thinking I'm going to go Hinterland Drake over Aerial Responder against red and see if we can draw out some removal. Do you like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just supposed to play my bombs. I mean, we can go Responder into Rock and say, or Responder Express into Rock and just say, what have you got, you know? That's probably correct. Let's just pile on the high quality and see what they got. Almost accidentally attacked there. Whoops. It would have taken another click, though, so. Well. Out tethered on the play over there. Now I kind of want to go looking for like ice over and stuff. Let's check it out. I don't think I'm going to do it upkeep. Oh, Leaving the Dust is good though. Now that I think we'll take that, save the scries for later, and and leave a blocker back for the Chaser and just continue. Now I could go an Express of our own. I kind of like that. Let's go Express of our own and then follow with the Rock. We'll land the Rock after this. And I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Responder with the Vigi. Because I remember that now, kind of, occasionally. That's one of the reasons it's amazing. It does not tap to attack. That's the definition of Vigilance. I doubt that's the dictionary definition of vigilance, but it's sure the Magic Comprehensive Rules definition of vigilance. At Crew 1, if they send in their train, we could block with Responder in our train and make them choose which one they'd like to trade for. But with Leaving the Dust, I like setting them back on progress with it and getting our Express ahead of their Express. Yeah, Welding Sparks could be a blowout. We don't want to get blown out into the open mana. Now, what's their follow-up? This is pretty important. I'm going to go ahead and theorize. I'm just not going to set an upkeep stop. I'm doing that out of habit, but do we want land? I'm going to say no. We can cast everything in our hand. We don't need that. I mean, we could double spell, but it's not important to, and we might draw land anyway. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the rock going now. Although, maybe I should... Let's actually crew... I'm going to crew the Express and see if the Sparks... Well, they can't kill the Sparks. They can't kill the Express with Sparks. It does smell fishy over here with the open mana and cards. So, yeah, only one artifact. They can't kill it. We can go... If we're going to do that, then I'm going to Peafowl and crew with the Peafowl. Then we can still scry, and we're only using a summoning sick creature here. I didn't attack first because I wanted to use this as my crewer. Nope, nope, nope. Just trying to get to attacks. Oh yeah, they can do it. Right. That's okay, though. We knew that this is what we were trying to draw out, so our rock is safe. This is fine. Good math, guys. Good math. Yeah, that was a reason to do it your way. I did my math wrong, and so I made the wrong play. If I had done the math right, I would have supported your line of using the Theorist to crew so that we could save it. But I also don't mind bouncing theirs, and kind of this lifelink race is fine. We're okay. We're okay. Despite my math error. Play through your mistakes, do your best to make them free lessons. That's what I call it when I make mistakes that are identifiable but still win the game. Free lessons. Yeah, that's true. The rock does like energy, and we got a pretty good hand. I'm with you on that. Next turn we're going to leave this thing in the dust, though. I don't think we're going to take 7. If we found aura removal to pin it, I would do that instead. Oppo's deck looks sweet, which is what you'd expect with the old 4-1 bracket. Hey, Blade Fury, welcome, gang. Yep, gotta do it. Might need to double block Pima with Responder and Peafowl and let the Responder go, but I'm hoping to not have to. We'll see. Responder just keeping us in this right now, honestly. Yeah, when you don't care too much about what you draw, that's the worst time to scry, right? Interesting. Well, we could save the dust. Is this artifact or non-land permanent? Okay, so I think we let our Responder go here. We could save the Responder, but now we can set them back on the Express, and it can't even come down until next turn. So I think we got to give up our flyer for the tempo on Express. They can get in for 4, but then hopefully we can untap and stabilize or play our bomb. It's not our bomb yet, though. Like it's a bomb when you're on the attack. Right now we are trying to stabilize, so I'm really not even that interested in playing the rock until we get a little more stable. And then hopefully the removal, the dust is settled, and then the rock takes over. But it can't take over unless it's attacking with energy, so we got some work to do. Next turn we have Construct Theorist, if nothing else. If we get a land, we can choose among these creatures. What died that turn? Oh, yeah, they're Express. No, wait, what happened? What did they... Oh, left the battlefield. It's not died. That's why. This left the battlefield. I thought it was died. Actively wanted the land there. Now we can construct, theorize. Trade wins. Do we have good use for that right now? We can do some more resetting. But it's not quite a long-term solution. I don't know if the tempo of trade wins is going to be worth it if we're not getting ETB value out of our own stuff. So I'm going to bottom it. A little tight. Getting a little tight in here. Yep. Renegade is a great attack because we have no 3-power blocker. If we wanted to trade, if we want to kill the Renegade, we have to 2-for-1 ourselves. That's not acceptable. However, P-Foul plus Construct on Outrider is. Should I add the Theorists on? What does that do? Yeah, that means it's dead through a piece of removal. So let's do that. And it doesn't even increase kind of what they can kill. I think I like all of it. Then if this is removal for one of these, this is still dead. And it doesn't give them, it's still 4 power. So the best they can do is still the P-Foul. Certainly missing block alls is one of my ongoing leaks as a many decades Magic player now. But I like that exchange quite a bit. We still have a Untethered Express that's going to make things a little awkward here, but that was a good exchange. I don't... where's my up here? I think with where we're going to get more energy here, and we really do need some answers, so it's time to start scrying again. I mean, heck, if we can stabilize a 3/3 flyer for 4, French vanilla might be enough to get the game, so let's make sure we stabilize. Dawn Feather is, I think, good enough. Yeah. We can't throw the Drake under the Express, unfortunately. It's the drawback there. But this is cool. Gives us attacks up and down if they want to trade. Oh, they can't even. Yeah, this is just 3 good attacks. They could trade Ether Chaser for Construct, and I'm fine with that. Oh, wait, we've got Tethered Express. Ryan, pay attention. Oppo got us. Oppo shame scooped when we got somebody with that earlier, and I almost got myself. So nothing to do, unfortunately. Never mind. I still like the Eagle out, but we don't have an attack. Caught it just in time. No humiliation in that instance. Narrowly avoided, though. And I did see it myself. I didn't even need chat. Now I'm all on... I mean... Oh, okay. It's like, well, shoot. I was going to block with everything, but now it's they've got just enough to to get by our team. And now we have to decide. Now we're kind of like... now I'm on Eagle blocks Renegade so that we can 1-for-1 there. And we're really just on the use up all of our... Here, I'm going to put the stop now. We just need like ice over for the Express. We just need some sort of interaction because we can't win this game if we don't find just something to interact with here. Where's your 6 power? Oh, this... oh, sorry, I was thinking of the Drake. Yeah, let's do it. We'll block everything. Yay! That's even better. Sorry, gang. I'm getting all mixed up because I don't read cards. I had this in my head. And we got to do it. This is not great, but we got to do it. I mean, if we can get rid of this, and then get rid of this, or trade off for that, we'll be okay. Oh, some days, my brain. Every day, my brain. But some days better than others. Two for one for that is quite acceptable. And now let's, that's a little less fine, but let's go looking. I should let him choose first. We know we don't want that. How many we got down here today? Hey, there's the ice over we were looking for. Funny. Ah, man. If I'd known, I think maybe I saved some of my creatures, but this will still be good for us. We'll keep it, because if we go, if we can make it through one more attack without, or we can just even hold down the Renegade, that's a perfectly good use for it. And so no more scrying now. I could Glimmer, find a land, play it, and ice over, but I'd rather just ice over a Drake and be sure we get the icing over done. And Drake can team up with some Theorists to take down a 4/4 without too much, with only losing the Drake. So we can 1-for-1 for an Outrider with this board, and they're out of cards. So cross fingers. Put another upkeep stop in ahead of... Well, actually, we're out of energy. We get one scry, and that's going to be it. That's an interesting attack because they're basically saying, look, you don't get our other stuff. Yeah, you don't get our Outrider unless you're willing to take all this damage from the other stuff. But let's see what this looks like and then make some decisions. Because honestly, I'm kind of on let the Outrider live for this turn and go here, 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 or we could chump a Theorist if we wanted to save some damage. But we can go to 3, kill 2 things, and have decent block. We might have to end up putting the rock on defense, but again, if we can just survive, we will take over with card advantage. So let's do this. Siriana wants to hold the energy. I get it, but like, I just want to survive, Siriana. I'm not concerned about making the rock an energy-eating superstar. I'm about making the rock a 3/3 flyer that can interact in combat and keep us from being super dead. Like, this is a great follow-up from Oppo. To add to this 4/4 with another one, that's going to be tough. Which is why they made a very bold attack there, because it really puts the pressure on here. So I respect that attack quite a bit from Zest. And I am going to go looking. That's a fair point. What would be a better draw? Ether Trade Winds, I would like. Cloud Blazer, I would like to play instead of a rock. Gain some life. We have a Bomat Bazaar Barge that could get enough to crew and block a 4/4. Sky Whaler's Shot takes out a 4/4. I don't know. I'm just looking at what's in. Oh, yeah, that is. I'm just looking at what's left in the deck. I forgot that it was down at the bottom. But still, it's certainly, I think, better to scry than hope that energy from rock does something. Heck, we're probably using energy from rock to scry again. Sky Whaler's Shot. Yes. I like it. Now we can hold on to the instant speed shot. We get a scry out of that. We kill one of the 4/4s. We and then they send everything, kill one, gang block the other, go to 1 but live. And Rock Overshot would have been a bad spot because it does not 1-for-1 for an Outrider. If they don't send the others, that's great because then we don't even go to 1. All right, we go to 2. Unless this is dead, something makes it dead. But let's start with the shot before blocks. No pause. Dawn Feather is a good keep if we stabilize here. We'll take this 3/3 over this 3/3. Although maybe we just want this 3/3 since it stabilizes the same and Eagle Feather is better after. Yeah, I was just going to max mana, but we should rock now. Let's rock it. Rock it. Cub, no energy is scary, but not as scary as Cub on turn 2. You do not want me to faux skitch or scratch. What's the slang for that? Skitching is when you grab a car while you're skateboarding, right? Let's see. Eagle. Yeah, Eagle sounds good. Eagle, grow the rock. Vigilant. And we even have, if they want to put everything in front of a Theorist and we get the Cub, that's great for us. So we get to a swing away. And in fact, I think we tap down our friend the Druid. So that doesn't have any good blocks. And then if they don't want to take this all, they got to give up something. And now we're the ones threatening lethal. Don't call it a comeback. Come on, that was a great game too. We've had a lot of excellent games today. Says good things about the set, really. Another great keep. Fine start for this deck. Our question is what to do on 2. Any thoughts on Puzzle versus Theorist? I'm kind of on Theorist. But now that we have, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Theorist attacks better than a Puzzle Knot, and we're not going to crack this anytime soon. This could be a turn 4 play, for example, where you... I like that this slots in when we are trying to maximize our mana, so let's play the less flexible stuff that still maxes our mana. I'll do the stop, but as I look at things, I don't even need it. We're not going to use the energy now. Ooh, Mimic. Nice. Oh, even better, though. They attached it, and we're just going to shoot this thing right now. Bye. I want to get to 5, but my instinct is still to bin lands at this point. That we will naturally find our way to a 5th in due time, and that we don't need to prioritize leaving these on top of the library right now. Scry or attack. I think we attack now again. We're going to eventually use up this energy scrying. Let's save it for when it's a tougher decision-making spot. And no attacks, but we do have blocks on the Fire Weaver with a Theorist. I could go Aerial Responder as the best card, but I kind of like Peafowl and see if they want to do something about it. Mike wants the Responder. I'm going to do it this way, Mike, to try to draw out removal. If we can land Responder with them with no removal, that seems real good, so I'm trying that. But it also maxes the mana. Next turn we can go Responder not, or Blazer. Oh, and by the way, this one legit. We paid for this one. Big Beastie gonna look for that ice over now and try to pin that down. That's gonna be tough to beat if we don't find it. What other removal do we have? We used our shot. We can leave it in the dust. But yeah, we are so low on interaction, unfortunately, that the ice over is our best hope. I'm joking on that, though. We actually have a second ice over I'm not playing because it is pretty weak removal, but right now it's what we need. And I'm just going to be relentless on Media all day long here, even though Media has a point. And I guess since now I'm really worried about this, I am going to start scrying. We have plays, but I really want to find that answer. And really should probably have done it on upkeep as well. Responder and Cloud Blazer can equally not block this Raiders, so let's keep digging for that answer. Responder does have a good crackback against a tapped Windkin Raiders, though, so there is that. That's true. Eventually we can just block it, right? We're close. Love it when my opponent plays Shoopers and I get to run that meme. Yeah, that's all very true. I'm still going to keep digging, though. I think, although, yeah, now I'll wait. Like, we have a plan. I think you're right. We play Responder, and then what are they going to do exactly? You feeling a little under the weather there, Rob? A little something in your throat? Nice pickup. This is an excellent card to have waiting for the combat, and we get the Cloud Blazer combo. And we still threaten the flying, so they might not even bother attacking at all. At that point, I might EOT, Blazer, something else. Ooh, well, there you go. Do we save this? There's nothing grammatically incorrect about identifying an opponent playing a Shuper. I don't know what you're talking about. Where's the grammatic incorrectness there? My opponent has just played an Ether Shuper. That's completely grammatically correct, Rob. You sit down. Hammer says bounce the guy in the 4-3. Gadanmore says let it go. You want to block bounce the Blazer. I'm in for that. Let's draw more cards. Let's let him have this. Huh, they were willing to give up the swooper, which makes some sense. We're not going to do the play they think we are, though. We're going to go block here, and then take 0 damage. Or try. They got open mana and cards, so we see what works. Sparks, kind of necessity there for them, understandable. I'm going to put an Upkeep Scry available now and consider our options, given that that all went to hell. I mean, we're playing against heavy removal, bomb, you know, we're at the... Went from loser's bracket to winner's bracket, basically. Crane. I've been down on this card. I find it hard to hit with it, but that just means Oppo's going to get a bomb off of it. Just so. Maybe not a bomb, but certainly good for them. Our scries have been insane in this run. I just can't... I've never put this many lands in the bottom of a library in one event in my life. Do we do it again here? Trouble is we do have some ground blocking we want to do, and we don't have endless energy, so let's just wait. Draw naturally and wait on this one. Unfortunately found some land, but so it goes. Infiltrator not, activate not, then next turn have Eagle. Really sad we didn't get our cards back on that Blazer now. Man, it's so hard not to save your creature when you have a card that does it, but we did the right thing and just got blown out after. Not blown out. We got our plan disrupted, but it wasn't a blowout. Flyers have good attacks for Oppo right now. We're going to put an Eagle in the air and try to change that. But really, our long game prospects grow dim in the face of an unchecked decoction module. Oh, sorry, yeah, I should have launched the foul, my bad. I was thinking I needed 3 to do this, but I didn't. So I should have Should be at 2. We'll see if that matters. Two more life. We'll see if that matters. I'll take another Blazer. Gets us extra in the air. Something to do besides Eagle this turn. Maybe we find other action and still can launch Peafowl and have a threatened 4-power double block in the air. Not enough for the Raiders yet. We can take one hit there. I'll remember my flying Peafowl this time. And I don't even think they have attacks with the other stuff, so the flying Peafowl doesn't really matter. We're going to take an attack from the 5/5 unless this is something relevant. Right now, they can pay 4 to like start bouncing the Crane. Fortunately, they don't have any good bounce targets for this. The energy is real, but at least they're not doing sicko reuse of ETBs here. If we draw a land, we can 2-spell. If we don't draw a land, we draw action. So that's, I'm liking our next turn no matter what. All right, so let's go. I think we need, Eddie Tail does present a multi-block on the Raiders, but I'd rather go Dawnfeather here and have that be part of our threatened blocks. And then Dawnfeather, we can even attack with a Peafowl. And, well, I'll see what our attacks look like, but we'll play the Eddie Hawk after. So, definitely flying in with the 3/5, so let's get that in the air. And with all this vigilance, we just got to look for bad attacks. Like, what is a blowout block? They have some double blocks that look okay, but nothing is a blowout block, so I think we swing all. And actually, maybe I say I don't play the Hawk. Well, let me look at it how it looks. But basically, we either play the Hawk or we have Peafowl fly mana. So it's whatever, which of those looks better. Hey, I don't think I mentioned this. Sorry, maybe I did, or I haven't in a while at least. I am going to participate in the sweatsuit. Yeah, I mentioned it once. Now that I remember it, but it was 5 hours from sweatsuit. So I'll mention it again. I am playing in the sweatsuit today. Looking forward to that. The format is chaos. Grab bag effectively, and that's the format that I won the event in. So I gotta. Yeah, Scry Energy might be worth it. And, well, let's check the blocks. So these are all going to shrink. We have a 3/3 and a 2/2. And even those two are enough to threaten the Raiders. So that's why we can tap out and keep the foul grounded for blocks next turn. And I'll put an upkeep Scry stop on right now. This card, so often in the mid to late game, it's just what you're praying to top deck in this format. Yeah, good point. They don't really have an attack with the flyer with us at 8 and us having a crackback. with Eddie. So let's see what they want to do on that front. But if they only attack with a 5/5, they have enough blockers that we don't crack back win, right? Because we fly our 3/1, and then we have, let's check this out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of flyer. They block our 2 biggest, 10, 9, 8, and then like 7, 6, 5. They block our 2 biggest and they go to 2. But so then what can we get on the ground? On the ground, we have Theorist, 2 servos. It may be correct to still take this and see what we can do. I mean, if we top deck, and like maybe what I'm supposed to do probably is Theorist right now. Let's see what we, let's scry. Scries continue to be, while we're flooding, that's the thing. Like, we're still flooding while scrying tons of lands to the bottom. What a crazy day. And what an interesting spot. This is instant speed. They might just return it to their hand if they don't like the double block. But since they're not straight up dead, I'm gonna do this. I just don't like it. Yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of, but they top decked that, so I couldn't play around like top decked removal, I don't think. And now I really want, we want to dig for something for this, so let's look. Hey, buddy. Where's Media? No? You don't like this? What? Oh, they can just bounce it. Oh, where's Media? Media's like, where's Ryan? We still make him do it. Like, since I kept it, we're going to make him do it. But it laughs at it while having to spend a crap ton of mana. So we're still going to make him do it. But where is Media? Media should laugh at me right now. That's great. And I guess we'll just get the Express going. We still don't have good attacks in the air, but we keep the mana for Peafowl. This has reasonable attacks, I suppose. We would, if we would trade this for anything, we should just send it. I think we would. They're at 7, right? Peafowl just bounces off the Crane. So unless and Hawk gets double blocked and eaten. So yeah, let's send it. I was just trying to see if there was anything else to send. We'll trade anything they've got for the Infiltrator, though, that they can block with, since they can't block with the Servo. Getting rid of a flyer is acceptable. All right, I'm going to be done with my Media jokes for the rest of the day. I just want to end on this real thought. Like, Media is totally correct about aura removal being weak. I am totally correct about interaction being important. And fundamentally, at the end of the day, the famous question comes back. Over what? What jobs do you need filled? What is your plan? Sometimes weak removal becomes part of your plan because it's does the job, most important job you have left to fill. Sometimes you don't play that bad removal and you play a no interaction deck because the game plan supports that. So I just want to land, I'll be done with that whole shtick now, but that's the real takeaway for me, is that we both have a point, and it's the context of what's going on in the deck and the context of what you'd be playing over it. Oh, one other thing about that context. Aura-based removal is worse in control decks. Like, we're going pretty long, so it's worse in our deck because if we do deploy it, say to save damage or whatever, if we're trying to win on turn 20, Oppo has a bunch of turns to try and find an answer to the weakness of aura removal. Whereas if you are using aura removal in white and you're hyper aggro, you're really saying, look, if you're going to spend time unlocking your creature from my aura removal, I'm going to run you over. So aura removal is also better in aggro. Oppo value train starting to get out of hand. We don't have any more energy left. Yeah, thanks for the reminder to jump. They were just doing that because it's a free servo. Free energy, like, why wouldn't they? Free damage. Like, this is just... The attack was just enabling everything else we just saw. But... let's see. I guess, again, an eagle would kind of almost get us there. So, like, give us a Dawn Feather off the top. We still got one in the deck, right? Yeah, Dawn Feather. Even better than our bomb rare would be a Dawn Feather. Maybe it's not even enough through the Windkin Raiders, but it's the most impactful spell I could think of drawing. Barring removal for the Raiders. Yep, that's how it's going. We're still doing great, this deck, but man, the Flood has been hyper real, despite excellent scries to that effect. Does this leave us pretty darn? We can send in a 5/5. What do they do about a 5/5? They gang block it with a bunch of stuff. We might have to send the flying 5/5 here, which is a fair thing to try. Do we need to just send all, though? Like, we go... we make the Peafowl fly too. Can't fly in. Why can't we fly in? Oh, we used our energy. Thanks. Yeah, good point. Boo. Boo, energy sucker. But we can send the Express nonetheless. So no Peafowl activation. Just to train Rumbling. Trade for some blockers, and they kind of have to, you know. So we'll at least trade for some stuff here. Probably all the artifacts. I was thinking we could launch this, and then they are in a spot with the flyer, but unfortunately that's not where we were. And we're still looking at Dawn Feather being a great draw. As expected, we'll take it. Even get to trample for one. Pain Train indeed. Sandbag the land. Although, let's see, what do we have for card draw? I should just... It gives a lot of information, but we have card draw where the land could be quite relevant. So I gotta play it, because if we find for example, our Glimmer of Genius, we need all the mana we can get for that result. Mike says sandbag it, but I say if we find Glimmer, we might go Glimmer 2 spell because of that. Although, nah, Mike's right, because like if we 2 spell off the Glimmer, then what land are we playing anyway? So yeah, I could have sandbagged it. Sorry. I got there, Mike, but you at least understand what my brain was doing. The heuristic of play lands if you're going to draw cards, right? But maybe it's like, what if I Glimmer into... Do I have any... What if we Glimmer into Bizarre Barge and Infiltrator, Mike? See? Bizarre... Bomat Bizarre Barge. Gotcha. Yipe. I'm not at chump yet. I think we got to try to like get our lucky ass eagle out or whatever, you know. Or the other real possibility is that we want to go land and, you know, we go glimmer, land, and tap out for one thing that's expensive. That may be where the Gidanmore's question came from. Fireweaver might demand a chump, but does it demand a chump? Let's see. I got an hourglass, so I actually want to math this out a little bit. Let's say we draw eagle, and we have chumped with the Eddy Trail Hawk. We eagle, and we make a bunch of 2/2s and a 3/3, and then they can not lose. Whereas if we make 4 2/2s and they block the 3/3, yeah, it actually makes a difference. Yeah, so I'm glad I did the math. Eagle wins if we keep the hawk, so we're going to be risky. One time! Come on, Magic Gods. This has been such a fun day. What a top deck that would be. Because this can't even block, so it would be GG. Magic Gods, I say one time a lot. And I know it resets every time I ask for it. But this is one of the realest one times. Come on. Come on, Magic Gods. Oh. Oh, this day. If it wasn't going to be the Dawn Feather, it was going to be a land, right? Well, are we dead? We have Chump, 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 Chump. They have, except they have return, replay, kill. So we are dead. We should make them see it. It's a complex enough play to make them see it. But, oh, yeah, I guess they even have just make servo. They're going to see it. Never mind. Let's move on. I was thinking the module play was the way they would get it, but since they had such an easier, obvious way to do it, we're going to give that one up. Nice job, Oppo. Come on, Magic Gods. That would have been a good one. So it goes. We're still playing on profit and seeking max wins. Extra long stream today because we've had some grindy control games, and I opened the stream on a bunch of pack opening, like literal pack opening, not digital pack opening. I wouldn't call Midnight Oil a bomb, but I would call it a build around B+. Build around, you know, you really got to know what you're doing to play the card and making sure it's in the right deck. Like, I think a bomb is a card that goes in literally any deck of that color. There's some decks it doesn't belong in, but it's a good card. Next April, D. I turned 50 on April 7th, 2022. This'll do. Although Ice Over, gonna have a lot of time for them to answer it, but hopefully pin something down usefully for a while. Yeah, grindy control does lead to a lot of fun synergy engines in this format. Probably just Ice Over that once they use it. Infiltrator into Construct, not the worst here. Theorist. Now that we've got a Death Toucher, it's more of a question of what we are most willing to trade off. Given that we like artifacts for the Serpent, I think, and we want mana or energy for other things, I like a Theorist here, unless we want to offer the Infiltrator for the Pioneer, which could also be, or Poisoner, which could also be fine. 2/2 for 2/2. Yeah, I'll just do that. Let's just do that. If we traded 2/2 for, or 2 mana for 2 mana, I'm good. Hey, Tron. Yeah, I was just saying this is an extra long stream because of the extra grind and the fun pack opening we did to kick off the stream. For our YouTube friends, I went to a Card Kingdom thank you event last night for the charity event, and they gave me one type of every booster pack of Forgotten Realms. So I got this stack of cards that we opened up from that whole thing. And if you are a donator to my event, let me know, because maybe you can own some of these cards. All right, they just want to do this. What was the... Oh, they just tapped our Infiltrator? That's fine. What about... Well, I'll let them use their mana. If they're going to use their mana on the array to start the game, I think that's real good for us. So I'm going to swing in, of course, but I'm not going to bother pinning down the array. I'm going to keep deploying threats. Trade wins with Blazer in hand is a yes, please. And maybe we can just save the ice over until much later when they've run out of easy ways to extract value from a removal spell like this. Hey, we were just talking about you, Midnight Oil. Seven hour counters on it. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card and remove 2 counters. Your maximum hand size is equal to the number of hour counters on Midnight Oil. So you just need to drop it when your hand is low, right? That's the idea. So it is probably more generic than I remembered in terms of like, yes, I guess you don't want to play this. I wouldn't want to play this in blue-black control in which we're playing a bunch of Cloud Blazers and Trade Winds, right? But other than that, if you're just deploying cards from your hand to the board pretty quickly and you have a decently low curve, it does go in any black deck. I agree with that assessment. Now we're gonna have to just Theorist with nothing much else to do. I do like offering here, though. I'm gonna send in and say go ahead and trade Poisoner for Infiltrator. Just like getting Death Touch off the board in general. Yep. Math with the succinct summarization of my point. Appreciate that. I'm not icing anything till it's already tapped. I mean, I guess I could, but I just want to do it when it's already tapped. Yeah, you might be right, Mike. I don't know. I don't like giving them the knowledge that that's their last tap, you know? Then they're like, okay, I'm going to save my last tap, or I'm going to wait until I unlock it. And then instead, they tap... Oh, I was going to say, they don't need to tap anything here because they have good blocks, but we'll just say no attacks if they're not going to tap, and then we'll blaze on. It's true, but you hear what I'm saying. Like they get to choose, they get the knowledge that their tool is not as indefinite as they expected. Oh, man. That really bums me out because we had the trade win play. Let's start looking for answers. Dawn Feather, just generally too good. Yeah, that blocks the responder. That's fine. I'll take that. I don't really know necessarily if we play it right now, but I certainly want it. Because we could do Express Ice Over. It does... If we do it now, we have attack with the we have an attack with a construct. And if we don't, yeah, we're just putting it on the pacification array again. But we do get the Express started, and we're at 19. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Eagle plus Express is... Eagle after Express is obviously just so insanely good, right? Well, it's kind of funny, Mike. They never used the pacification array between me not spending the mana on turn 4 and now. So the debate was interesting, but it was moot for this particular game. It's a lot of extra action from the Midnight Oil. Hopefully our card quality can overcome it. Let's keep looking. And let's keep looking. Are we attacking with this if we eagle? 2-4. Actually, 2-4 has attacks, so I'm going to wait. I cannot believe I chose not to scry and we did not draw a land. That feels downright weird. 7 mana, we could barge, hold winds up, and still send in the Express. We kind of need flyers, though, so maybe I just do the Dawn Feather Eagle barge play here. Or Express play. They're tapped out, for one thing. That's full control. They might have. They're probably going to trade off for our Express, but it's 6/6. It'll at least get 2 things, right? So we just offer both of these here. Three hours from now, D. Wow, they didn't even block it. I wonder if they have something in hand for it, or what their plan is there. Woof. Hard to beat. Hard to beat. Beginning your end step, each opponent discards a card. I guess we send this back. We're going to discard... We can't beat it, though, because of their own Midnight Oil. We're going to discard the barge, hold the winds, and bounce this to the end of their hand when the Midnight Oil is going to make them discard down to hand size. Yeah, Buckeye saw it too. I got there too. Now we try to make the Midnight Oil, burning the Midnight Oil punish Oppo. And we get a Drake to play, so we're not, we get to 2 spell even. So this is not the worst. And the Express can even pile on here, because they're not going to block. I guess they can go, they can sack an artifact to make this a... We attack it becomes a 6/6. They shrink it to a 4/4, and it's still... Well, I guess they shrink it to a 4/4, and then they can eat it. So maybe we don't have attacks here. Yeah, unfortunately. So I'm just going to Drake it up and pass. And plan on the trade winds doing good work for us here. Although we're going to have to bounce something back to our hand that then is also... Oh, no, it'll make this go away, too. Excellent. Love it. Anyway, no attacks or... Yeah, no attacks. Crew the 1/3 so the 2/3 can block. But how is it good attacks? Did you see my math? Yeah, it's at the end step, so maybe I still have to. I'm not sure how the timing on that works exactly. Okay, bounce a land. Yeah, we get to do that. Well, they can't replay it actually, so we can now do it. Since they dumped hand, they don't have the mana to redeploy it. Right? Any problems with that observation? So actually, if they do that, we got to stop on their second main. Whoa! What? Did I time it? What? Oppo had to go. That seemed like a mom's calling, or the cat is on fire. I think the cat was on fire. Sorry, Oppo. Weird win. I was expecting to lose that one after... We had a chance, but it was in their favor for sure. All right. Full count. Playing for maximum. Longest stream in quite a while here. Probably since the last time I won the Invitational. Is it a harbinger of things to come? Lovely keep. Start infiltrating here. Pass, pass, pass. Oh. We could Puzzle Knot, as it's a more frustrating thing to conceivably trade with for the motorist. But I'd rather I'd rather just get big power on board and not get cute with these types of blockers right now. And again, this is a very flexible corner-filling card in terms of spending all your mana. We've had this before too, staring at a motorist with our infiltrator. I accept, sir. Or well, this motorist is a... It looks like a sir. No threes. No threes. But let's Theorist now. Well, now I'm going to Infiltrator again. I want to be able to have 4 mana next turn, and Theorist helps us guarantee that with an upkeep stop, but I'd rather threaten a trade on the Genius. This is a real deal when it starts tapping and rummaging. Oh, it's Artifact, sorry. What's the other one? There's another 3/2 for 3 in red that triggers on tap, like it does a point of damage or something. Daredevil Dragster. Can't attack into that. But we can play a Responder here and get on board with a nice flyer. Dragster is okay. Like, Dragster is interesting. It's an interesting design, but I don't think it's an amazing card. Oh, he can't block? No, he can block. Oh, can't block the 3-1. Sorry, you're right. I was thinking about that. Yeah, good point. Missed it. So, yeah, we just take that. That's fine. We're going to get life back, and this is all a big, complicated card draw for some damage, but it's all good. And now we can just ice it over if we don't even want him to get that value. I think I like that. Maybe I should have looked at this, though. I don't know. Well, I was wondering, you know, whenever you get into the 6-win territory, you wonder what bombs are lurking from Oppo. Well, we sure found one here. And we don't have any artifact removal in this set. We're probably just losing to this gang, but what a great run. And we can't even, like... I can't play a 3 toughness rock, or we just lose it to this. I could play Peafowl because it doesn't straight die. I'll remember that it can't block my Infiltrator and attack. You didn't want to block, Oppo? Huh. Let's see, what do we need? What's our plan? Can we win against it? We could leave it in the dust to set it back a little bit. We could... Sky Whaler's shot. We do have a Sky... So we're not going to throw away our shot. We do have Sky Whaler's shot to get us out of this. We need it soon, though. Magic gods. And it is a literal Sky Whale. I mean, it looks like it's modeled after a Sky Whale. That's not what we're looking for. We at least needed a land so that we could blaze to try and find it. Now we got to go Theorist and Puzzle Knot and set a stop and hope that Theorist saves us. Although, if they go for this Theorist, then we don't even get to Scry. So we might unite. We probably don't even get to Scry. Never mind. We get some energy. Woo! Energy. I'm just desperately trying to find something that'll do something. And we're going to attack here, at least. We're not just dead, are we? We probably have to chump, but we're not just dead. Oh, that is not the right play, Oppo. You had us. Revoke one of our blockers and we're dead. Oh, I guess they needed to crew still. Yeah, but you had it, Oppo. You had it. Revoke, crew with Artisan, win target game, as it is. As it is.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
It's not a good one, though. There's probably isn't really a chance. There's probably a chance we can kill the flagship before we die. But let's see if we can do that. Vengeance will be ours. Does this save us? I don't know. Let's see what it does, though. We get... Nah, we're just dead. Welp, great run. We had some excellent games, and we lost to... I don't know. I'm curious what the data says, but it would not shock me if this was the winningest card in the format. Great. great run, great profit, good times, good discussions, lots of strategy, philosophy being discussed, lots of interesting decisions, and a fun run to be sure.
Your friend
Oops.
here is
No, we're not mostly dead. Miracle Max, you wait for tomorrow, please, or later tonight. We had our profit, though, and now I got to go take a little powder here. I only got a little less than 3 hours before I am back on air on the Sweatsuit Invitational. I will see you then, YouTube friends. Well, hopefully YouTube friends might catch me there, but I meant hopefully I'll see some of my live viewers there, and YouTube friends. I'll throw up the event onto YouTube later on. Thank you so much for hanging out. Catch you the next draft.